Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
We are back with Jennifer Chapman, Just Commit Coaching, and it's that time of year, new year begun, and a lot of us do want to start committing to new things. So as a life coach, she's here joining us today. Again, has her own share of her own experiences and working with coaches to know that it can work and it can help. Jennifer, please say hello and tell us a little bit about yourself for those that may not know yet. I know I do, but there could be new listeners out there today and viewers.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Jill, for having me again. I am Jennifer Chapman. I'm from Indianapolis here in the Midwest, and I am a certified life coach and speaker. But my background is 17 years in sales, half that in the corporate space, and, exceeded and thrived and loved it, honestly, until in 2017, I had a health scare and suffered a life-changing stroke at 34. And that's really when my life pivoted, and it's been almost a 6-year roller coaster ride. And it's how it's brought me here today and why I'm a coach.
Wow. And for what types of things do people go to coaches for? Give us a little general overview, and then I'm sure you have a specific topic to dive into.
Yeah. So the reason I became a coach is because a year after my stroke, I was really struggling mentally and emotionally with this new version of myself. There was a whole process there where, I had to grieve this old version of me. And I didn't really understand that that's what I was doing at the time when I felt like I couldn't control my emotions. Mm-hmm. And that's really what my coach helped me through. And really finding my why, and understanding that this happened for a reason. And what was that? And it really helped me find clarity and purposes to, why everything happens. There's a lesson in all of it. And so that's really what I help my clients do today, is when they come to me feeling lost,
mm-hmm.
Especially in the chaotic world post-COVID, feeling lost, stuck, confused, not feeling like they have anybody to go to, feeling like they're alone in the whole process, right? Feeling burnout, feeling like, is this it? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing for the rest of my career until I retire at 60 plus? What does that look like, right? And I want to help people understand that there is more out there, and that we have to get out of our own way and step into the unknown, which is the most scary place. But is it more scary to do that, or is it scary to just stay where you are for the rest of your career? So that's what I help my clients with.
All right. If anyone has any questions for her today, please, we'll open up the phone line, 631-317-1291, 631-317-1291. Please feel free to call in with any questions that you may have for her. And what did you have in mind for us today? By the way, I dropped my mouse. I need to get it from the computer. So tell us what you need to talk about. I'll be right back.
Yeah. So now is a good time in January to really help get some clarity on what you want 2023 to look like, and really set up some clear defining goals for yourself, and really write out a vision. Get specific on it. What do you want it to look like? How do you want to feel at the end of 2023? I think that's as much of an important question as where do you want to be? Yeah. How do you want to feel? Because maybe you're not feeling that right now, but the potential and opportunity to tap into those feelings and emotions are there. And so really getting your alignment with goals in every aspect of your life, right? Career, maybe finances, your relationships, personal growth. Tap into each of those aspects. My suggestion is rate all those aspects from 1 to 10 right now. And really, where do you want to be in those areas of your life? And I think now better time than any is to get clear on what that can look like for you.
Got it. And, new year, people talking about losing weight, bettering their jobs, anything in particular and specific that you want to dive into that you're seeing a lot of, it is the new year. So is it a lot of that type of thing?
Yes, there's always that. Really all about, feeling better, right? Not only losing weight, but it's really all about creating sustainable lifestyle changes. I saw something really just this weekend or yesterday about losing weight or diet versus really just cutting out something.
Stand by. We have a call coming in. Hold on. Hello and welcome to the show. You're live on the line with Jennifer Chapman from Just Commit Coaching. Who's this? Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Oh, you're cutting in and out. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello. Do you hear that static? I'm so sorry. We can't hear you. Would you mind trying us back again? Give us a
I'm
call.
sorry, can you hear me now?
I hear you. Go ahead. Yes,
Yay!
yes.
Hi, I'm sorry.
Hi, what is
It's
your
a little-
name?
Hi, my name is Becky.
Hi, Becky. Just to confirm, you're live on the radio, so you know. And we're here with Jennifer Chapman. Would you mind, what did you call for? Do we have any questions for her?
Yes, well, my job is really just taking a toll on me. And I was just wondering, like, what can I do to feel so, like, less burned out?
Thank you so much for your question. I hear that a lot. And my question back would be, what do you do for yourself right now? What's your self-care look like? And self-care can mean so many things, but it's so important on so many levels of that self-care, right? Physically, mentally, emotionally. What does that look like for you right now? Do you have a routine?
Well, I really don't have a routine. It's just like once I go to work and then like I come home, it's the kids, and then like whatever time they go to bed, I just try to, clean up, and then I go to bed, and it's just like the same thing again the next day. So it's like that's kind of my routine because I'm so used to it, like getting up, going to work, doing what I have to do at work, and then coming back, the kids, and then it's just like the same thing every day. But I find myself like even if I go to sleep, it's just waking up, getting them to school, and then going to work. I just be so tired at work, and it's just like it pulls a lot out of me.
Right. And I thank you. So I hear so many women say exactly what you're saying. So just know that you're not alone. I first commend you for just making this call, right? And just acknowledging like, okay, I know where I'm at right now. I just know I don't want to stay where I'm at right now. That's already, a celebration for you, a win to acknowledge like, okay, this is no longer working, because so many people just know that it's not working, but don't do anything about it. And so, my message to you is, what's one small step? What's one small change that you can make today that maybe you didn't do yesterday? Maybe that's getting up 10 minutes earlier than you normally do, just to give yourself 10 minutes of peace and quiet, or a 10-minute meditation, or a 10-minute listen to a podcast, something that kind of fills your proverbial cup, because it sounds like your cup is running on E right now. So just know it's essential for you to take some time for yourself. It's not selfish. It's giving yourself permission to say, kids, I need 15 minutes right now. Please give me that when you get off work, or in the morning before you get them ready for school. So commit to some just personal you time, and start small and grow from there.
But it was like, I tried to like rest as possible, so I didn't think about really just early.
You're breaking up. Hold on one second. Would you mind repeating that? It was cutting in and out. Would you mind trying it again?
Oh, I'm sorry.
There
I was saying that like I didn't think so I'm like, oh, let me just sleep until time. Try to make me more tired.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. It's hard to hear you. Try it one more time.
I know you're cutting out.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Yes, but then it's breaking up after you say, can you hear me now? So try it again. And we lost our caller. That's okay. Give a call back if you can, 631-317-1291, or again, 631-317-1291. In the meantime, anyone can call in if you have any other questions. But thank you if we don't get back in touch with us. Anything you want to add to that, if she's still listening?
Oh man, I just want her to know that, there's so many women like her, and they feel guilty potentially for saying, kids, I need this time. It's no, you want this time. Yeah. It's crucial for you to have this time, so you then can serve your kids better, your spouse better, your work better. It's just essential. And so I hope it's just taking those small steps each and every day. It's not saying like, tomorrow I'm going to do a 180, my routine's going to look completely different. Like that's setting you up for not success. I don't love the word failure, but it's going to hurt you, more than help you. but just start small. Give your, start in small increments, 10 minutes, like of whatever that is for you, drinking your coffee in peace or your tea, or, getting a quick walk in, it's stepping outside, not even doing anything when you do step outside, but just be in the outdoors for 10 minutes, make it small and grow from there.
Got it. Thank you so much. 631-317-1291. Just Commit Coaching. We're here with Jennifer Chapman. If you have any questions, before our caller called in, I forgot what we were talking about, to be honest, but it was a kind interruption. We can use one.
Oh, yeah.
She talked about burnout. What else were we talking about?
I think just getting clear on goals. What are
setting,
your professional goals? Yeah. What are your personal growth goals? What are your financial goals? What are your relationship goals? Really kind of breaking it down. And then kind of starting to put that plan in place of how do I want to get closer to accomplishing these goals, right? Not looking at the top of the mountain, but like, here's where I'm going to start each day to get closer to where you want to be in those areas of life and how you want to feel.
Yeah. Got it. And goals for the year. It's funny. My goal was to move more, to be more active. Haven't done it yet. Haven't taken the initiative. I started a few weeks ago. I started walking around the neighborhood, was moving, and then it stopped because Christmas came, then New Year's came. Oh, then the kids are home. Oh, and then my son's birthday. Oh, then my birthday. Oh, my other son's birthday, planning everything. It's like, so I got to get more into that. But yeah, it's good to set goals, but it really stinks when you don't. And I have a Post-it note up on the wall to remind me to get moving. So what are your goals for the year?
Yeah, that I just want to add to that, Jill, like to be compassionate with yourself too. Because I see so many women like beat themselves up for not already doing what they said they were going to do. And that's only going to kind of, dig you into a deeper hole potentially just in a headspace wise. And so be kind to yourself. I would add to that. So
got it.
Yes. Yeah. Goals for me. Yeah. It's to continue to build momentum with this coaching practice that I've created, and as well as speaking opportunities. I enjoy speaking to certain, different groups of people, various groups of people, because I feel like parts and pieces of my story resonate with so many, because no matter what position or role that you play, whether it's supervisor, HR, C-level leadership, whatever that looks like, at the end of the day, we're all human beings. And so I just want to normalize being able to speak about just mental and emotional wellness practices, even within the workplace. And people forward type companies are going to support those types of resources for their people. It's what I'm starting to see, and it's important. It's where your company's going to continue to grow, right? And you're going to continue to engage your people and retain your people if you support them in all aspects as best as you can as a leader.
Oh my goodness. Well, you know what? Feeling inspired, feeling good. And I know, well, depending on where you live, you could be in beautiful weather, but the cold kind of gets me down where we are in New York, it's cold, and where you are. What temperature, what temperature is it near you today?
It may hit 40.
Okay. Yeah. About the same.
Yeah.
Here, so,
okay. Yeah. No snow. So we're good.
No, I know, but people live in cold and I can have goals and whatever. I don't know. I just feel like the warm weather makes you always feel better and makes you do better. But not always the case. And for 2023, a lot of people I know are really burned out. Like we just talked about their jobs. And I talked to a friend the other day who wants a new job, a whole new career change, something totally different. She doesn't know where to start. And she has so many different talents and hobbies, but it's so hard to make that change, to commit to it, to say goodbye to the job you don't love without having something. People want to have a backup. And I tried telling her, I said, you got to have something before you move. But as a coach, would you advise that? Or you might say you might have to just go with it. I mean, I look for the stability in it, but not everybody does. Yeah.
That's a good question. I certainly understand the stability piece, right? Of having something before you find something. But then you're still kind of like half in, half out, right? You've got one foot over here exploring, and then you've got one foot where you still have to feel committed to your employer. So I could see it as a way to say, if you're in a place to be able to step away and to be able to go all in on exploring what you really want to do next in your career, I would advise that, because it's going to feel, it could feel easier to take, 100% all in is so much easier than even 99%. And, and to have one foot over here and one foot over here, like that feels hard. That's hard on every part of you, physically, mentally, emotionally. And so if you can put yourself in a place, I would say, feel confident enough in stepping away and kind of being resourceful, asking for help, start to talk to people in positions that are something that maybe you want to do. They will help you. The right people will help you, find exactly what you're meant to be doing. Ask for help.
Got it. Which is some of the things we forget to remind us, Jennifer, how we can reach out to you directly.
Yeah, so I offer complimentary coaching sessions for anyone that's looking to just explore what a life and mindset. I focus a lot on mindset, what coaching can do for you. And so my website is justcommitcoaching.com. And my email, if you want to reach out to me, is jennifer@justcommitcoaching.com. I'm also on LinkedIn very often. So.
Got it. Are you currently offering any workshops, any group coaching sessions? Do you have any speaking engagements coming up?
I have a couple speaking engagements coming up here locally in Indianapolis. I also just right now, my where I've seen a lot of opportunity is the one-to-one. People wanting one-to-one coaching with me and exploring either a 3-month package or a 6-month package to help them. So many people are just not clear on where they want to be professionally, but also stuck internally. And the process with me, it's an inside-out approach. It's not seeking anything externally to make you feel happy. It's uncovering those blocks that are getting in your way, those challenges, those limiting beliefs. What is something I would bring up is who's your inner critic? What do you hear inside yourself when you start to potentially maybe explore a new opportunity? Is it, you can't do that. You don't have what it takes. Those types of, or is it the self-doubt? Is it the procrastination? Is it the perfectionism? I help my clients explore what those are. And for those inner critics, still be in the proverbial car with you, but they're not in your driver's seat. They're not controlling your day-to-day. Powerful work.
Yeah. And it's true. Feeling burnt out. I'm not burnt out with my job, but with my children, which I think a lot of parents go into, that feeling of overload, of lack of self-care, and not doing enough for yourself. What would you say to someone out there who you think is not taking care of themselves?
It's essential to take care of yourself. So many women think it's like selfish if they say, kids, I'm going to find a babysitter for a couple of hours so I can go do my thing. And you may go home and take a nap. It's not like you have to go out and do all the errands. And so it's really more so, I think women know what self-care is, but it's more importantly, giving yourself permission to do it without shame or guilt in doing it. And letting the shame and guilt go, letting that go, and really embracing, I am choosing to do this so I can show up as the best version I can and have that overflow of what you filled yourself up with overflow to your kids and to your spouse and to your partner, and to your work. It all starts with you, and you have control of that. So many women are scared to take control of that, and they've let all these external things have control over them.
Got it. And it's so hard sometimes to let go of that control, but it would feel good for a little while. It's funny.
Yeah. Then I would ask yourself after that hour you give yourself, that 2 hours or whatever, however much time, whatever you did within that hour or two, ask yourself, was it worth it?
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if anybody said no.
Yeah. I posted an ad on care.com today looking for a babysitter for help. So I did that. That was one step.
That's so good. That's good. I'm proud of you. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. And by the way, the lines are open. If anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out. 631-317-1291, 631-317-1291. If you have any questions for Ms. Jennifer Chapman, again, she's a life coach. It's called justcommitcoaching.com is her website. And she's open to answering any questions you may have. What else, Jennifer?
Yeah, no, thanks so much for the time today. I just encourage both men and women out there to reach out if they feel something inside of them telling them I don't feel 100%. I'm not completely fulfilled. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. Am I the only one? If you are having that inner dialogue with yourself, it is completely harmless to simply reach out and have a conversation. I am here for it. And what I've really enjoyed lately, Jill, even in the last couple of weeks, how many more men have reached out to me?
Really?
Yes. Like just in the last couple of weeks, more, I say I've had more conversations with men than I have women. And that for me is completely refreshing to see and hear that they are becoming a little bit more vulnerable and having a conversation with me and saying like, man, I have a really great paying job. I've got a great wife, I've got kids, but like something inside me is just saying like, I am not fulfilled. I am not completely happy. Why is that? And they're willing to explore that. And I love that. We're all human beings, not just women that are more of the emotional type, and more open to at least exploring what coaching can do for them. But the fact that men are reaching out like says a whole lot potentially about, where we are in life and that everybody needs somebody.
Yeah.
Everybody.
It's true. And men in particular, it's the same type of things that they're going through as well. Nothing out of the ordinary for men. So you guys can feel good about like, it's not just us, it's everyone is involved. Yeah.
Yes. Everybody. And everybody's going through stuff outside of work, whether it's a challenging relationship or a health scare or aging parents or kids, whatever it is, like that's throwing them off a little bit. And they're at least willing, just like that, the lady that just called in, like she's aware that the way she feels right now, and she doesn't want to stay there anymore. And that's what it was for me a year after my stroke. It was like, I knew I was not in a great place. I was aware of that, but that I didn't want to stay there. And it was literally making that call, as scared as I was, to a life coach, which I did not know at the time what she was going to do for me. But being vulnerable enough and saying like, I don't want to be in this position anymore. I don't want to feel this way anymore. What can I do to change? And she helped me do that.
Yeah. All right. It's all about that. We got to get moving here. And it is the best time of the year. I know for me, it's the new year, the new start, to get motivated, to get going. Again, Jennifer Chapman here, Just Commit Coaching. Please give us a call, 631-317-1291, 631-317-1291. Anything else you want to offer up to us today, Miss Jennifer?
No, I would just suggest, one small thing to try on, potentially like tomorrow morning when you wake up, what we have control over is our self-talk. And so really acknowledging what that looks like in the mirror each morning. What do you say to yourself in the morning? And I would just invite you and this audience in the morning to stand in the mirror, and versus potentially criticizing or judging ourselves over something, simply saying like, I've got this today.
Yeah.
I can do this today. I am worth it. I am worth it today. I am capable. I am loved, and I love myself. Whatever those positive affirmations, whatever that self-talk can be for you, say it and start to say it more often. It takes 3 seconds and it will start to change your brain chemistry, and your brain will start to find ways that those statements are true, versus us looking in the mirror and saying like, man, I need to do something with my hair today, or I do not love this outfit, or I feel fat, or I feel whatever how brutal we are to ourselves. If we continue to say those things to ourselves in the mirror, the brain's going to continue to find ways that's true. And that's how it's going to make you feel. So you've got the power to change it. And so it's a simple tool to just look at yourself tomorrow morning and say, I've got this today. I'm going to do this today. I'm going to crush today.
Got it. Good for the positive affirmations, and we can. And again, you offer a free consultation, and we can reach you at justcommitcoaching.com. How else can we reach you?
Yeah, so connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm here for the connections on LinkedIn, and we can just private message through LinkedIn. My email is jennifer@justcommitcoaching.com. I will respond to you as quickly as I can, and let's set up a free call.
Got it. Well, thank you so much. And remind us again how we can call you.
Yeah. So, and you can text me 317-603-7526. But I've always responded by email as well, jennifer@justcommitcoaching.com. And you can also go to my website. There's no crazy email list that I'm going to, spam you with emails. But if you just simply go to my website, there's a free download And it's all about how to embrace your inner warrior. Here are some mindset hacks to kind of help shift your perspective on life. That's a free download. So go there and download that for yourself today.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Pleasure to see you. And thank you for a caller who called in. Sorry we lost you. Hope you got to listen to the rest of the show. And looking forward to the next time we connect, everyone. Thank you again, Jennifer. Happy second week into the new year. And we'll talk soon.
Thanks, Jill, so much.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
You too.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.